How you doing, folks? This one is going to be pretty much a financial update. With the new year, I'm pretty sure everybody's thinking about their finances and stuff like that, and New Year's resolutions and stuff, try to grab the bull by the horns and get control of what's going on in your lives. I figured I'd just give you an update as far as what I'm doing in order to keep my head above water. Currently, I have about 3 credit cards with a combined total debt of about $12,000, which I'm not proud about. But I happened to incur it when I had the whole switch and change of jobs, and when I found myself unemployed for a while there. It's just the evil that it is, and sometimes things present itself with the car and stuff like that that you need to get by because you depend on stuff. And before you know it, you're in credit card debt once again. So I'm employing something called the snowball effect. Some people might know what it is already. For those of you who don't, I'll give you a brief overview. Pretty much you take, like, let's say, in my case, I have 3 credit cards. Let's say the minimum monthly payment on each is $50. You take the card with the highest APR, because that's the one that charges you the most per month, and you would make that the first one to be paid off. If you need to see it go down faster, you can choose one with the lowest balance, so you can pay that one up first. So let's say your monthly take-home salary is like $2,000 a month. You take 10% of that, which would be $200, and you pay that towards your first credit card. So let's say the minimum monthly payment would be $50. You put the $200 onto that, and the minimum monthly payment on the first credit card will now be $250. The other 2 you will continue to pay the minimum on each. Now you continue to pay month by month on each credit card until the first one's paid off. Now the catch to all of this is that you cannot continue to charge on your credit cards. So either you have to cut them up, put them away, freeze them in a block of ice in the freezer, or just have no access to them whatsoever. You don't want to cancel your credit cards while you still have a balance on them, because it will reflect negatively on your credit score. And the other part of the exercise of this is that you actually don't want to end up ruining your credit score, because you want to be able to keep your credit score as high as possible so that in the future you can get better rates and stuff as far as mortgages and other credit cards and just stuff in general if you have to buy a car or something, God forbid, in the future. So you have to always keep your credit score in mind as well. So back to the snowball effect. Once you finish paying off the first credit card, you will now take the $250 that you're paying on the first card and apply that towards the second one. So if the second one you were making a minimum monthly payment of $50, you would add the $250, and now that card would get $300 a month. Thus, the snowball effect gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes down the line, and before you know it, you'll be out of debt. You'll pay each one off. You won't incur any more debt on each one, and that will take care of your credit card. Now, if you need money on the side while you're paying this off, you can, out of the $200, you can actually, let's say you want to pay them only $150 and take the $50 and put it towards your savings account, or open an ING savings account online and keep the money in there. And try not to touch that money unless you absolutely need it. And if ever you would find something that you would end up using your credit card for, now you're not using your credit cards anymore, you can use that money towards that. I'm doing that as well. Because sometimes things just pop up and things just come up, and either you want it or you need it, or something might happen that you might absolutely need it. Now when I actually go shopping, I discipline myself, which is like, I'll see something that I really want, and I'll ask myself, is it a want or a need? Because if I want it and it's something that I absolutely don't need, guess what? It's staying in the store. But now if it's something that I absolutely need and I can't do without it, or it's something that's going to benefit me in the long run, and I take into the account the cost factor, then 9 out of 10 I'm going to buy it. But there's not really that much these days that you need other than shelter, food, and a way to get back and forth to work, because you need to keep making that income so you can keep your livelihood going. Another thing you should try to do is maximize your income. Depending on your venue of work, if you can work overtime, then do so and bring in more money. Or if you can, get a part-time job on the side if your first main job allows you the time to get the part-time job and it won't affect your main job. So you maximize your income so you can bring in as much money as possible, but for the same token, watch your expenses. Cut down on your cable bill. I know a lot of people pay between $100 and $150 in cable, which is astounding to me because I only pay like $20 a month because I just have like simple basic cable, and I don't watch TV that often, and I think there's crap on TV to begin with in order to be watching stuff like that. I'm actually going to look into that DTV thing that's coming out now, coming up on the 17th, to see if I actually get the box itself and it's actually gives me better programming, I'll just nix my cable altogether and just stick with rabbit ears and that DTV thing, and that'll save me even more money, which is something to think about. So, like I said, maximize your expenses. When you go shopping, buy the store brand. Don't buy stuff that's not on sale, I should say. And make the most. Buy things. Be frugal about your purchases. At least that's what I'm doing. I'm actually clipping coupons now, which is something I never did when I was younger because I absolutely detest it. But it does save you $1 here and there, and every little bit counts, especially with the cost of gas. Now gas is on its way back up again. So I figure every single time I save $1 in the store, that's $1 that I'm saving in my gas tank, or that I can put towards my gas tank, so I can get back and forth to work. So, I mean, I'm using all these different little aspects in order to combine them to maximize my financial goals, which the main one is to get out of credit card debt so that I'll actually have some extra income on the side so that I don't have to be always, dependent on stuff like that I don't want to be doing. So I hope that you can apply some of these tips in your own financial goals, financial dealings, and that it will benefit you in the long run. I do see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's really hard not to spend on your credit cards, but it's something that you have to do because now they're switching gears and they're going to start charging you higher APRs, which is completely unfair. And it's just a way of battling them and getting back at them. And then finally, once you actually see that you can employ all of these different aspects, in the long run, you'll actually find that you didn't really need all that cable and all those other extra expenses that you really are useless, and you'll end up saving more money in the long run. And that's the main goal of all of this, so that we can get through this economy, be better for it, and at the same token, keep our heads above water, which is probably the main thing that the everyman is doing. So I hope the next time that I see you, I can give you a better update as far as how far I've gotten, and I hope you guys can employ some of these things in your own lives. So okay, so save your money, be good, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.